So there was a picture that was floating around Twitter the other day, and when I saw this picture, I said, "Oh God, come on, brothers, come on, brothers, come on." Now this picture, and let's we can put this picture up. It's of a Chinese man being held up on the shoulders of Ghanaians, and I'm going to explain to you what this picture is and why they're doing that. Okay. Because some things that was put out, some of it was misinformation, but, for the most part, it was right. Just some things that just wasn't right. They were saying at first. So this Chinese man that you see, his name is Sun Qiong, if I'm saying it right. He has been installed as a development chief. OK, so he was not made a chief in the village. He was just called a development chief. Which the name, if I'm saying it right, Nicole Suyohini of the city is named Kwahu Abatifi. It says a town in the eastern region of Ghana. So this didn't happen in Accra, where most of you go who like to go to Ghana. Okay, they say the title is often given to non-royals. They say who could be politicians or tourists engaging in development. They say in that town, the title is conferred on the Chinese man, and some Ghanaians, in the country are not enthused about that picture over the development. And, because some people saying, oh, well, these Ghanaians need to say something, and why they ain't said this, why they ain't said that. Well, they saw the picture too, and they not liking it either. Because listen, everybody's waking up. Putting this man on your shoulders is not going to fly. Okay. Now, they say per the custom, they say following the Chinese man's installment, he was given a traditional stool named Barima Kofi Ayabofo. Okay. They say the name Ayabofo in Ghana literally means one who has done something to benefit others. My brothers and sisters in Ghana, if I'm butchering this up, please forgive me. I'm doing my best to pronounce these things. I don't have a Ghanaian on the team yet. So a grand dubar was held at the Kwawu Abatifi Palace. On Saturday to officially unveil Sun Qiong as the newly installed development chief of the traditional area. Okay. So if you look at that other picture they put, this Chinese man don't even look right in those clothes. It doesn't even fit him whatsoever. So that title was created back in 1985. And they said that title itself, they say since the 1990s, hundreds of African Americans and some white Westerners have been honored with various royal titles. So they say it's not the first time a foreigner has been given such a title. However, the selection of a Chinese man still comes with mixed feelings for several people, as the Chinese have been accustomed to solely taking over the continent. Now, I say China describes itself as a friend of Africa, but yet we know that they're practicing the art of war. No, they're not coming in like the Mzungu. No, they're not just brutalizing them in mass. Yes, they're doing it, but not in mass. You get what I'm saying? No, they're not putting them in slavery. No, they're not doing all these, mass rapes and all the things that the Mzungu's done. They're not doing that. They're just doing it a different way. You get what I'm saying? Sure, they're coming and say, hey, we'll build you an airport. Hey, we'll build you this and build you that. But they're building that so they people can get there a lot faster and do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you benefit, you're just benefiting off of residuals. You're not benefiting off of, they just want to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? Because the Chinese are like, look, let's build up this infrastructure over here so we can have easier access than what we have here, now. So they put them in debt trap loans and they tell them, hey, well, you can't pay for this. We'll just take your port, or we'll take your airport, the one we just built, or we'll own this section of town if you can't pay back. You know what I'm saying? And you have to let us build a Chinatown here. And they importing all their people in, and most of them are only like they themselves. Chinese are very homogenous. It's definitely ones that come from China. They don't like nobody except themselves, and that's period. They don't like nobody else. Well, my thing is, you don't like nobody else, keep yourself in China. But you know good and well, a lot of you can't do nothing in China because you have no rights whatsoever. You come to the African continent and you're free. Nobody's treating you like you be treated in China. So, some people will say, well, see, this is why, this one statement just gets on my nerves, and I'm about to, talk about this statement. Well, Phil, this is where you want us to go back to? Well, first of all, most of you that talk like that probably ain't never left your neighborhood. Some of you probably ain't even seen the continental United States. Forget talking about going to Africa or anywhere. So why you got the biggest, voice in the room when you don't want to go nowhere? I don't understand that. Like, if you the type of person who want to stay right here, why are you so loud? Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Nobody's telling you to go to Ghana or anywhere. I don't know why you come in, like, especially our comment section or our pages where the channel clearly says African Diaspora News Channel, and you come in with those conversations. I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense. But I said in my post, I said, oh yeah, the diaspora got to come back. I say, because this kind of stuff right here, that got to go. I said, listen, I understand people got their traditions and all that. But listen, if this man, did something y'all thought it was great, man, make that man a meal. Don't be hoisting that man on your shoulders. They don't even listen. The pictures don't even look right. Because let's talk about this for real. We covered when in China, in Guangzhou, they weren't doing that to Ghanaians. They weren't putting them on their shoulders. What were they doing? Blaming Ghanaians and Nigerians and any other African and even African Americans of bringing the coronavirus into Guangzhou, when we all know it is the Wuhan virus, the CCP virus, whatever you want to call it. It originated from there. It didn't originate from no African country, but yet they took out Ghanaians as well as Ugandans and Nigerians and anybody else that's African, took them out of their hotels, wouldn't let them go buy nothing to eat, wouldn't treat them like human beings, threw them on the street, and the Chinese police was making sure they move around somewhere, force testing them against their will in China. And then we look at this picture of you putting up this Chinese man on your shoulders when your brothers are treated like crap in China. That's why the picture was so infuriating. That's why. If the Chinese was putting up Ghanaians and other Africans on their shoulders the same way and honoring Africans the same way, then it may be a different conversation. But no, that's not happening. This is a bad look. And of course, you got people on the continent that's just, some of them, they just don't understand. Well, I don't see what's wrong with it. He did something nice. What's wrong with them honoring him? Listen, somebody can do something nice to me right now. I'm like, okay, I appreciate it. I thank you. Man, like, come on, we will make you a meal or something like that. We'll take you out to eat. We do whatever that it could be nice for you. But I'm not about to sit up here and put you on my shoulder. No. Then that picture itself just sends the wrong message. Because a lot of them, like him, think they're superior to Africans. Do you remember the Chinese that sent me an email that say they're superior? And then you make that Chinese man right by sitting up there hoisting up this Chinese man on your shoulders? No, we don't hoist nobody on our shoulders. I wouldn't even allow y'all to do that to me. Even if y'all giving me a title. I'm like, no, brother, listen, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I am nothing but a mere man. You do not put me on your shoulders like that. No. I am your brother. We are equals. You are not going to hoist me like that. I refuse it. You can honor me. If you want to do something that's nice, that's fine. But we're not with nothing. I'm not going to allow. I don't care if it's in a tradition. And like I said, I won't try not to be disrespectful. But I'm like, no, you cannot do that to me. Because I am your brother. I'm a mere man. I'm not God. I know in Uganda, the women, bow before the men. It's part of their culture. I couldn't deal with that. I said, no, sister, don't do that. Don't do that. If anything, I get down on the ground with you, and just to be your equal. But I'm not going to sit up here and allow you to be bowing down in front of me like that. No. No, we are brothers and sisters, and I know it's honor what you're doing, but for me in my culture and where I come from, no, I can't do that. I will not allow it. I wouldn't want even a picture like that out of a black woman kneeling in front of me like that. That's not even a good look for me to even allow that. Sorry, black women are my equals. They're not beneath me. I don't care if it's a cultural thing. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying about this situation is, yes, it's very upsetting to see this, but it's good we see this. It's good. Let's not get upset by this, because in order for us to address this, what's going on in those rural areas, we have to see these pictures. But at the same time, our Ghanaian and Nigerian and anybody else that's on the continent in these rural areas, you need to bring everybody up to speed in the rural areas, because some of them still kind of live kind of further in the past than maybe some of you in the major cities in the African continent. Because what's happening is they go to these rural areas of Chinese and all these other ones and try to take advantage of these people and get their resources. You guys are supposed to be the first line of defense on the African continent, defending, your country and your people. So this won't happen, because, like, once again, I'm gonna say this much: I've covered so many stories about how China has treated Africans, and none of it has been good. They haven't honored Africans or anything. So why in the world are you guys honoring them? Why? You say he helped with some roads, or he helped with the things he helped him with. Okay, like I said before, make him a meal. Have a little festival or something, but don't haul no man on your shoulders, not even one. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation, in Ghana, with this particular story. But like I said, brothers and sisters, this is good. This came out because now we all can address it.